Hey y'all, I guess I'm being southern today. I wanted to follow up my last video about abandonment and the DSM criteria. Sorry, there's a little dog right in front of me. Say hi, Coco. Say hi. I wanted to follow it up with the second criteria, which is kind of, I think they kind of go hand in hand with the devaluation. Once we feel abandoned, we kind of just like totally detach from you. Some of us, not all of us, but and I don't always totally detach right away. I can get like stalkerish, like I said, or like just obsessive and weird acting. But anyway, the DSM defines the second criteria as a pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. And I do this a lot. This is definitely something that I do, and I want to explain it first and give you examples, and then explain how I think it kind of goes along with the borderline detachment and how sometimes we're viewed as cold. So first I want to talk about, obviously, the devaluation and idealization. I do it a lot. I've done it a lot with former friends, my therapist, a couple of different people. It's almost like I put them on a pedestal and put expectations on them that are beyond human. And then when they fail to meet those expectations, I kind of knock them off. And I'm not really sure why we do it. I guess it's because we want to feel in that moment, in those impulsive moments, as close to who we're with as possible. And then obviously we're disappointed when, our expectations aren't met. But, yeah, I know for me that I tend to idealize anyone who shows me the affection that fills this black hole inside of me. I can idolize them and obsess about them. Not to the point, again, where most people think that we're like psychos, which is an incorrect term anyway. I don't like hang out at your house. I'm constantly like looking at my phone, waiting for you to text. Like I just want that attention so bad. So I think that kind of ties into the idealization. And I've done it with. I'll give you an example without naming names. It's kind of hard. I have a friend who I'm very close with. He's a male. I think that there might be some sexual tension there. I'm not. Well, there is sexual tension there, but whatever. I'll never act on it because he's married. However, when I first started talking to him, he is of such higher status that I am that I was just completely blown away by the fact that he would talk to me, and it filled the sense of self-worth that I needed, and it kind of gave me that comfort and value for myself that I needed. So I put him on a pedestal. I kind of worshipped him. And then things fell apart about a year and a half into our friendship, and his wife felt uncomfortable after I had said some things, and granted, she had every right to. And he said that it would be best if we weren't friends at the moment. But of course, I took it as we weren't going to be friends ever again. So I didn't go haywire on him. I went haywire in my own world. He couldn't see me going haywire. I didn't text him. I didn't, message him on Facebook. But I just completely felt my value went down. And then I kind of picked myself up from that, which is crazy. I just kind of threw myself into other things, and I'm kind of surprised I handled it that well. But I still devalued him. I still resented him. I still thought that he was totally wrong, and he was an asshole for doing what he did. And I think I sent him a text actually 6 months into our period of not speaking, and I told him what an arrogant person he was, and that he was wrong, and that I hope that when he's all alone someday, he remembers that he had friends like me, something like that. So that's just an example of how I devalue people. And it's not that I outwardly devalued him to others. It's more in my mind. I was like, he's such a bad person. However, I can outwardly devalue people. And that's just through, again, my own crazy methods of madness. This doesn't speak for all borderlines. I don't think it's fair to apply this to all borderlines. I am definitely a special case. I have done things as much as there's this guy that I dated, I think back in 2003. And he did something to upset me. He started to disgust me. And so I completely flipped the switch on him. And I went from liking him a lot to devaluing him. And in devaluing him, I really sent it home, like the message that he was just disgusting and a jerk. I somehow managed to get a restraining order on him, even though he had done nothing wrong. And I could have lied because our legal system sucks that much. I could have lied and got him charged with contempt, but I didn't go through with it, and I'm glad I didn't go through with it because it would have been a lie. He didn't do anything to me. But that's another example of how I idolize and devalue. I put people on pedestals. I worship them. I think that they're the greatest ever, and then one minor slip up, and my emotions are left like, huh? Like today, I was in therapy, and my therapist had finally challenged me, I think, for the first time since I've been with her in October. It's not that she challenged me, it's that she showed that she objected to what I was saying. She disagreed, and her exact words were, "It makes me uncomfortable when you say this." And it completely caught me off guard, and I instantly, you could see in my face, and I know she saw it because she said to me, like my emotions just like switched. Not switched, but I was more angry than I should have been, than I think that a stable, more emotionally well-rounded individual would have been. But I got through it. Although I do still think there's a bit of devaluation. Like, I know that there is, because I thought that she was this amazing person who was going to dig me out of this hole, and then it hits you. It's like, okay, she's human. So that's an example of what happened today. And like I said, I handled that well. But for a lot of borderlines, when they devalue you, they completely cut you off. They completely detach from you. Like I said, I'm a special case. But they'll want nothing to do with you. They'll change their phone numbers. They'll block you on Facebook. They'll say that you're harassing them. They don't want to feel whatever it was that they felt before, which is probably rejection in some way, even though you may not have made it sound like rejection, or it may not have come from a place of rejecting them. That's how they're going to take it. And because they don't want to deal with that feeling, they can't handle those feelings, they just push you away. They don't want to feel that. And it takes some borderlines longer than others, like in the case of me, to feel, a real rejection. Like, I definitely have really pushed people away, but once I do get it, then I'll totally devalue you, and you're totally nothing. I'll just fucking spread rumors about you, just be malicious. And that's just me. And that's where I think we get this idea that we are sociopathic, which is total horseshit. A pure borderline like me, I can't speak for others, because it can be, borderlines and antisocials can go hand in hand, but I'm not antisocial. I'm a pure borderline, and a pure borderline is not acting out of malice as much as they're acting out of fear and hurt and pain. Sociopaths don't act out of fear and hurt and pain. They want to hurt you because they like it. So for me, it's we do these drastic things, these devaluing things out of fear and hurt and pain, and they can take many different forms. Like I said, for me, I can be aggressive outwardly, I can lie, I can manipulate. For others, they can just completely cut you off and detach. Eventually, I think that's the place it comes to where they just completely detach from you. But yeah, that's how the idealization and devaluation go, and the detachment, which all ties in again to the abandonment. I think once a borderline feels that abandonment, they get scared and they devalue you, and they get the ammunition they need to detach from you. And I really don't know the best way of handling it. I guess it depends on if you want to handle it. I think, like I said before, we're people. A lot of us are really good people. A lot of us are misunderstood by others and by ourselves. Like, sometimes I don't even know what I'm feeling or why I'm feeling it. I have to literally sit there and think about what is going on in my head. What am I thinking? Is it rational? Is it reasonable? What is going on here? So I don't think I can't say whether you should completely cut someone off who's detached from you completely. I mean, sometimes it may be the best thing to move on, and other times it may not be. I think that's like a case by case basis thing. I think the best thing to do if you want to you want them back, is just to let them know that you care about them and that you're not there to hurt them, and when they're ready to come around. And I think that's all you can really do. So that's my little bit on idealization and devaluation from, a borderline's perspective. I apologize for looking like a smut bucket with the zits all over my face, and usually I have like my nails done and I'm tanned and I have my eyebrows waxed and I'm like makeup, but therapy is expensive. So, gotta pay for that. Alright, so, I will see you in a couple days, I think. Even if no one watches this video, I really don't give a shit. I would like people to watch it, because I would like them to understand, but if they don't, it's been really helpful for me, and, I'll be back with another video. So, I hope you guys have a good day, and, I guess I will talk to you soon. Bye.